A mother and daughter leave Toronto to promote Mom's new film on the festival circuit. But they decide to part ways for the last leg of the trip. While alone, they each confront life-changing choices before returning home.
I just don't get why your leading lady hates men so much.
Well, I don't think she hates men.
Okay, she hates sex.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you didn't like it, so, right?
It was all right.
Okay. Any other questions?
You're watching Canadian Film Review on Press Plus One. We're at the Landmark Cinemas Globe Theatre in Calgary, and I'm Trevor Alberts.
And I'm Kinda Mardambe. So today we're reviewing I Am a Good Person, I Am a Bad Person by independent filmmaker Ingrid Veninger.
It's semi-autobiographical because she plays a filmmaker in the film, and her real-life daughter plays her daughter in the film. It's the story of a mother and daughter who go on a European trip together, and it's supposed to be a bonding experience. But what soon becomes clear to us and to the characters is that there's not much of a relationship there already.
I thought it was, I can't say well cast, but I thought it was definitely well performed because Ingrid is very much an independent filmmaker, and her daughter, Hallie Schweitzer, does a fantastic job. There's a moment in the film where she has to be very dramatic and she has to cry, and I think it was probably the most beautiful tears crying scene I have ever seen on camera.
You really feel like you're watching some real people experiencing some real events, you know. It feels as though she just walked into the streets of Europe with a handy cam and said, you know, film permits be damned, I'm just going to shoot my film here. There's a pivotal scene, I think, in the film where she's walking around the streets of Berlin, handing out leaflets for her film for people to go see, and she's just approaching perfect strangers, and you really get the sense that that's what she was doing, that these people had no idea what was going on. She just approached them on the street, and they turned her down.
Yeah, yeah.
And it felt very real and very lonely.
At some point, somebody comes up to her and says, "Are you a good person or a bad person?" And it throws her into a tailspin because she is very self-absorbed. Everything about her just seems very, very animated and unreal and over the top. So, you know, being approached with this question just really throws her in a loop. I also thought the ending was, to me, I just completely welled up. I thought it was a beautiful moment, and I really felt like here were these two children. It wasn't a mother and daughter. It was these two children who were, you know, who were working their way through growing up together. It was very interesting.
And actually, you know what, that's one of the criticisms I have of the piece, is I wished that we would have seen that moment happen sooner in the film, so we could have seen a little more growth on the back end.
Absolutely. Ingrid Veninger makes fantastic choices in when she's directing and what she chooses. It's very interesting what she chooses to pull into focus or pull out of focus, the colors she uses. We chose her on Press Plus One as one of the top 5 most promising directors of Canada because of that. So for that reason, I'm going to give this a 3 stars out of 5.
I ended up giving this a 2 out of 5, and it was a bit of a difficult decision because I really appreciated a lot of what she was doing here. I really liked the fact that it felt real, both in the way that she was using the camera and the way that the performances were portrayed. However, I felt too much at times that it was like I was watching somebody's home movie that needed to be cut down quite a bit. I felt like there was about half an hour of the film where we were just watching them sitting alone in a park.
Yeah.
And I felt like if this film was shortened up quite a bit, it would have been brilliant.
You can read our reviews on Press Plus One's Canadian film section. And we want to hear what you have to say, so let us know what was the last great Canadian film you watched.